Hi, I'm Dennis Söderberg from Earthbound Mastering, and today I will show you how to go from this to this. In a quick and easy way using the Rapid Flow mid-side master chain. And yes, these samples are level matched, and let's hear those again. From this to this. If you'd like to see how I did this, then stick around and I'll show you from the beginning. So here we are in Ableton Live, and we have the Rapid Flow template loaded with some sound banks from the Infinite bundle. And here on the master bus, we have loaded the Rapid Flow mid-side master chain, and we have a loop to work with. Sounds like this. And yeah, this Ableton rack is especially made and tweaked for being used with the Rapid Flow template. It works especially good for electronic music, and may work for other types of music as well, but yeah, this is what I made it for. So it got a few tricks up its sleeve for electronic music, and yeah, this is what it sounds like with the default settings. With. So Eric set these default settings as a good starting point for when you work with his samples or similar samples, and yeah, I think it's a really good start. But for this sample demonstration, I would like to reset all the knobs, and to do this quickly, I have mapped the macro controls to a MIDI controller I have here on my left side, and yeah, even lower the limiter gains. So first of all, we would like to go into this chain with a healthy level. And how do we see that? Well, one way is to take a look at the compressors. For example, the pop compressor. We have a really nice VU meter here. I like VU meters. So, for example, I think this is too hot of a level to go into this chain. So we can bring up a utility module and put in front of the master chain. Of course, you can lower the levels on all your channels or buses or whatever, but I want to show this in a really simple way. So here I lower the gain, so we attenuate the signal until we have, until the needle bounces around here, like 2, 5, 3, can go up to 5 if you like. You can really try different levels to push the chain in to get a little bit different sound, etc. But I suggest you start around here. So this feels like a good start. And you can hide the compressor for now. And I would suggest when you work with this chain from scratch, when you zero everything, I would suggest you start with the limiters and then go over to the color, the tube, and maybe even the comp style, because all of these processors may change the frequency balance a bit. So if you start working with the EQ before you do those, then you may need to go back to the EQ and redo the balance, and yeah, let's not do that. We want to work in a quick and simple way, get a good result. You probably spent a lot of time on your production and mixing, and just want to get the music out to your friends and to the big stage, etc. So to do this, I prefer if we open up the limiters and we push the gain until we see some action in the gain reduction meter, like this. We don't need more than that for now. And the second one, since we already pushed the first limiter, we can go easy on the second one. So, and the reason for having two limiters in series is because if you push one limiter hard, you will get more distortion, you will get more of that frequency spectrum shifts, and all different limiters work in a bit different way and give different side effects and artifacts and whatever. Some limiters even do have several limiters built in series and hide that from you, and yeah, this one don't, so yeah, we put two after each other and we do a little bit of limiting each, and it will sound nice. By the way, I think it's a good idea for this loop to press this one. Yes. So we set a good starting point for the gain. We're at around 995 knobs. And we can go over to the color knob. I think this is a bit too much. Like the whole mix sounds more dense and very much compressed doing this. So, but I like what it adds still. So yeah, add a little bit up to taste. And similar with the tube, but in a totally different way. They work very differently. The tube will add some nice harmonics. Also, it will make the track sound a little bit more dense and a little bit more shiny in the top. So yeah, let's add some of that. And then let's take a look at the compression styles. We have two different compressors here. Actually, the same compressor. We have very different settings on them. We have a pump compressor and a pop compressor. The main difference is that the pump compressor is slower and it will most probably leave some more of the subs and focus on the low end a little bit more. And the pop compressor, it's quicker, and we have a sidechain EQ, so it will listen a little bit more on the low mids and focus the mix on that part a little bit more. Yeah, which works really fine for this type of music. And yeah, let's listen to it. I will change the comp style with this macro knob. It will switch, it will fade from the, when it's on 0, we will use the pump compressor. When we turn the comp style fully clockwise, it will go with the pop compressor, and in between, yeah, it will have both in parallel. So let's listen to it. So if you can't hear any difference, I would like you to focus on the low end. And can you see, feel, hear, especially feel the music when you turn this? You'll see me turn the knob here. For this loop, I absolutely prefer the pop setting. It will make the low end a little bit more controlled, and yeah, I like this for this sample. most probably for if you do go with a darker techno style or something with a little bit more sub, probably use the pump compressor. Try it. For this one, it's the pop style. And finally, let's take a quick look at EQ. And during mastering, I always start with the low end and make sure we have a good foundation in the low end, and then I work myself up. So I would start with a boom control here. And when working with this, first, sure, you can just tweak the knobs and be done, but if you want to optimize the frequency points a bit, try this. So when you push this one, it will focus, it will play you the difference this band makes to the music. And you want to find the sweet spot where with the frequency you want to add a little bit more of to the mix. For example, this frequency right here. And around here, let's remove as much as possible that we don't like. So the reason for doing this is I receive a lot of mixes and even some masters when people want me to check their master and see if it's okay, and it is so much mud in there, and the problem is that they go in and boost the low end because they want some more of the punch or kick or bass or whatever, but they, instead of removing things around, it just becomes muddy. And when you remove the things around which isn't adding something beautiful to your mix, then the mix will start to clear up, and you can also push the volume a little bit more. It will sound nicer, and just do it, please. So find the frequencies around here which isn't adding anything good to your music, and push it away. And then over to the body control. Same thing here. And we can go over to the side channel. This one will do a lot of good things. Something like that. So in short, the theory about the body control is that, I wanted to add more body to your music. And so when you do a mix, the usual way is to have the low end in mono, and the more up you go, the more stereo it is. And since we're working with pretty artificial music, the electronic sounds, etc., you don't have to follow the laws of nature, and you can make the mix sound a little bit more immersive without it feeling strange or anything like that. So why not? Let's boost that part a little bit to add some more body and make the mix music feel more immersive, and change the shape of the mix a bit from the V to a U a little bit more. So let's listen to this. much ear training, or if you don't have great speakers or whatever, sometimes it's enough with just feeling the difference. So don't try to listen to it, like try to feel the music, see what's happening here when I turn this knob. Yeah, I love that knob. And over to the highs. And when working with the highs, I would suggest that always be a bit careful with how much you add, because adding highs, it's similar with just adding volume. It will sound a little bit better the more you add. And this is where good references come in. So if you have a good reference, you should compare your mix, your master to the reference, and make sure you don't exaggerate the highs, because the brain will adapt very quickly to what is the okay level for the balance. And just adding a little bit more highs, it will always sound a little bit more fresh. And yeah, so yeah, be careful. And yeah, depending on what sound you are after, I think this is a great start. And you can also, if you like, see what happens if you bypass a few of these modules and maybe change the sound to something you prefer. For example, the over the top, it changes the mix a bit. So if you remove that one, I would suggest that you reset the knobs again. Try without experiment. But yeah, the main thing with this chain is it should be really easy to use. It should help you to get to a good result very quickly. And also the parameters, the macro knobs are limited, so you will not destroy a mix when turning them. It's so easy, for example, when using the mid-side processing, that you absolutely destroy a mix, and if you don't have good speaker system, you will not hear that you're destroying the mix. So I made this so in a way that you can turn all the knobs in full and it should still not kill your mix. So yeah, but of course if you add way too much highs, no one wants to listen to it. So be careful, drive safe, and yeah, that's it for now. Have a great day.